to the mountains for reminding me I'm small and showing me the way to hold my head up tall. I'm humble before nature, painting picture-perfect scenes on this canvas that we live in and is constantly changing. And I love this world, this world. I love this whole wide world. I'm grateful to the paper and the pen with which I write, for being midwife to my thoughts, bringing them to life. I'm humbled by the muses they've given me, the songs that have helped me through my days and made my nights seem not so long. I love this world, this world. I love this whole wide world. I'm grateful to my parents for bringing me to earth, my family, friends, and lovers for showing me what my life is worth. And I'm humbled by this moment because it's all we ever have, and the power that's within it can give us peace. Peace and I'm lonely and I'm tired, and I'm giving up the fight in my head. And I'm grounded and I'm surrounded by the beauty I know I'll forget. So please this time, oh,
Good morning, everybody. We're so excited to be here at Columbine Spiritual Center for our annual Gratitude and Thanksgiving Sunday. Unfortunately, we had a cancellation with Bettman and Halpin due to illness, so we're sending thoughts of healing and complete recovery to Luke right now. And thankfully, Rachel and I were able to step in this morning, so we're going to get things started. It helps to have pros on your staff. So we're going to start with a little gratitude.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I am so grateful. I am so thankful. I am appreciative of all you've done for me. I am so grateful. I am so thankful. I am appreciative of all you've done for me. I am receptive. I am responsive to even more. Try that with me, y'all. I am so grateful. I am so thankful. I am appreciative of all you've done for me. I am so grateful. I am so thankful. I am appreciative of all you've done for me. I am receptive. I am responsive to even more. I wake up in the morning with a great big smile on my face, just like this. Go to bed in the evening after a day that's filled with such grace. My life is so beautifully, bountifully, blissfully blessed that I simply have to say once again, I am so grateful. You know now, I am so thankful. I am appreciative of all you've done for me. I am so grateful. I am so thankful. I am appreciative of all you've done for me. I am receptive. I am responsive to even more. I woke up in the sunshine. Well, I got the joy, joy, joy down in my heart. Ooh, so aligned with my purpose. So very pleased to play my part. All right, here we go. My life is so happy, harmonious, healthy, and whole that I simply have to say once again, I am so grateful. I am so thankful. I am appreciative of all you've done for me. I am so grateful. I am so thankful. I am appreciative of all you've done for me. I am receptive. I am responsive to even more. Take me to the bridge, y'all. Woo! Grateful every second, minute, hour. Thankful for your presence and your power. Thankful, and the more I'm grateful for, the more your good comes through my door. Grateful, I am so thankful. I am appreciative of all you've done for me. I am so grateful. I am so thankful. I am appreciative of all you've done for me. I am receptive. I am responsive. I am receptive. I am responsive. I am receptive. I am responsive to even more. Let's hear it for the band, Mr. Dan Steelman, Mr. Larry Thompson. This is Sherry Bailey, and with that we say good morning and welcome to Columbine Spiritual Center. We're centered in God. We celebrate a world of harmony, peace, abundance, and multiple birthdays. In the house, Mr. Kevin McQueen, Miss Sherry Bailey just yesterday. And with that, we're going to ask you to stand on up and sing about kindness and generosity. That's great, everybody. No Gratitude Sunday would be complete without a little Karen Drucker. So we're going to do, this is actually not her song, but she certainly did kind of make it famous. Thank you for this day. Take it away, Mr. Thompson. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful life. My beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful life. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Back to the day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Yeah, thank you. And please feel free to take a seat now. Make sure it's your own, though. Let's take a breath together. Prepare for prayer and meditation. And sing about our very certain blessings. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
What a perfect song to now take us into some time of prayer and then meditation. And so I invite you to take another breath. and to feel yourself relax into the being that you are. And how amazing that being is. Truly unexplainable, this presence that is us. We can be grateful for it. For it is through this presence that is us that we are able to live a life and to transform that life into ever greater expressions of light, experiences of freedom, greater senses of joy. With this week of Thanksgiving, such a beautiful time to be focused on gratitude and how powerful it is to give thanks. This week, Unity World Headquarters sent out a prayer by the Reverend Kathy Beasley. She's a Unity minister on the East Coast. Seems so appropriate. God of many names, the front, the font of every blessing, the source of all. We breathe the breath of life and acknowledge and affirm the love that reveals courage, strength, healing, and compassion. We are ever grateful for your abundance, pouring out into our lives, gatherings, and into the world. Where there are empty seats around the table, fill them with reminders of love. Where there are empty bowls, may they overflow with substance. Where there is space, we call forth the blessing. Create in us new hearts to love our neighbors as much as we dare to love ourselves. May we always know that our abundance is at all times for the good of others. And we have been blessed. And we know that the presence that we are is a blessing. And so I invite you now to bring to mind our prayer list in our front lobby. Our prayer box in our front lobby, our prayer list that we publish every Tuesday, and of course, anyone on your personal prayer list. Bring them into this wonderful presence, not only here in the sanctuary, but we can feel it with all of you that have joined us on live stream. We know that God is working, like magnificent of spirit, is working in all situations. And we are grateful. We move now into a time of just simply being with that gratefulness as we sit in the silence together, allowing Spirit to simply be Spirit as us in the silence.
got nothing new. How could I express all my gratitude? I could sing these songs as I often do, but every song must end, and you never do. So I throw up my hands and thank you again and again, 'cause all that I have is a hallelujah, hallelujah. And I know it's not much, but I have nothing else left for to bring except for a heart singing hallelujah, hallelujah. I've got one response, I've got just one move, with my arms stretched wide, I am drawn to you. So I throw up my hands and thank you again and again, 'cause all that I have is a hallelujah, hallelujah. And I know it's not much, but I've nothing else left for to bring except for a heart singing hallelujah, hallelujah. So come on, my soul, don't you get shy on me, lift up your song, 'cause you got a lion inside of your lungs, and get up and thank the Lord. So come on, my soul, don't you get shy on me, lift up your song, 'cause you got a lion inside of your lungs, get up and thank the Lord. So come on, my soul, don't you get shy on me, lift up your song, 'cause you got a lion inside of those lungs, get up and thank the Lord. Thank you, Lord. Oh, thank the Lord. So I throw up my hands and thank you again and again, 'cause all that I have is a hallelujah, hallelujah. And I know it's not much, but I've nothing else left for to bring except for a heart singing hallelujah, hallelujah.
Yeah, Janet.
Thank you so much. That's by Brandon Lake.
Yeah, Rachel.
One of the things that we can love about unity is that we acknowledge that there are many paths to God. And when we say that, probably most of you have a sense of what we mean, but from a spiritual standpoint, what we're saying is there are many paths, many different religions, many different spiritual orientations that will bring us to an understanding of our true nature, of who we are as spiritual beings. And then from there, this mystery that is the universe that we live in, that we often refer to as God, or I liked the way Kathy Beasley said, the many names that we can give to that. So whatever name is comfortable to you. In unity, we often give you a smattering of things, and we are guilty of calling them just different spiritual practices that will get you to that. But today, we're talking about gratitude and the process of giving thanks. And what we don't often acknowledge is that that in itself is a path to realization. That in itself is a path to coming to the understanding that you are a spiritual being. I like the way that one of my colleagues, the Reverend Gary Simmons, put it in a writing that I just received by email from him this week. Rather than being a passive practice, gratitude is a kick-ass powerhouse of transformation and can shift our internal state from one of incoherent, chaotic energy to a harmonious, coherent vibration, leading to a state of flow. As we, my eyes just can't do that today. As we generate the healing power of gratitude, we open a portal to the deeper intelligence of the heart and have access to the wisdom within. Now that could use a little unpacking. There's a lot there, right? So one of the things that he's pointing out is that gratitude has a way of calming our internal state, that chaotic state. And what is that? It's caused by our belief system and being up against our belief system, or what we generally will call the ego, because it's not necessarily every belief that creates a disconnection from who we are. It's usually these deep-seated beliefs that we take to be absolutely essential for us to survive as human beings. Gratitude has an interesting way. Study after study shows that gratitude, it brings a certain state of surrender, especially when we're expressing gratitude for the blessings of our life. We express a lot of gratitude, right? To our friends, to our loved ones. Well, hopefully we do. If you don't, you might want to start. It helps. But when we take the time to express gratitude for what's happening in our lives, there's a quality of surrender. And it's a practice in that way, because often when things are not going the way we want, we don't think of expressing gratitude. But when we do, it is a tremendous reminder that in truth, we're not in charge. We're not in control. Let's see, make sure that we've covered. And then what that does is it brings us back to who we are as a spiritual being. Do you know that experience of coming back? Of being in a really reactive state, and then either you take that breath, or you express some gratitude, or a friend talks you off the ledge or something, and you realize, okay, I'm back. I feel more grounded. I feel like nothing could really knock me off my center right now. And it's there that what Gary says is so true, that in that flow, which, by the way, Eric Butterworth calls it the continuity of blessing. So in that flow of blessing, then what happens is all that is spirit becomes available to us. So we have all these qualities available to us that really support us in fully living our lives, whether that would be courage and strength, or whether it's love and compassion. And the 144 qualities that the Buddhists have identified in between there that are spirit as us. Eric also says in his book, Spiritual Economics, that really gratitude is an acknowledgement of the truth, acknowledgement of the blessing of the truth in our life. And I want to also point out that the power of gratitude is that it brings us back to the truth. Stuart and I drove down, we live in Grand Lake, Colorado, and we drove down this morning, and it was almost comical. It's snowing up in the mountains, so it was slow going, and there was surprisingly, I never encounter traffic, but lots of traffic today, and then I-70 was closed. So I leave very early in the morning, and I come down, and I get to, review my talk. Not this morning. And I've been in a spiritual training all week. So I was looking forward to reviewing it. And who wants to review it, right? There could be some activity of our true nature in there that wants to be in right action. But because I had anxiety about it, I know that it was the part of me that wants to be in control, that wants to know, and the list can go on and on, right? And so I have a little practice, because I tend to get a little bit wound up on Sunday mornings. I have a little practice of expressing gratitude. And this morning, I broke out laughing in my office, because then I'm sitting there going, I have 10 minutes to try and figure out what I'm going to say. And I broke out laughing because what is the truth? Do I stand up here and give the talk? No, it's the Spirit it is me as Spirit. Because when we use that language, the Spirit within me, it sounds like it's something separate. It's not. It's everything that you are. And do you see then, there's a coming back to the truth, an opportunity to surrender. And so when we bring gratitude in combination with a discernment, or as I like to say, an inquiring mind, a curious mind, we have the opportunity to begin to see more clearly how our ego operates, where it wants to have control, where it thinks it absolutely has to have control. And it has that opportunity of bringing us, of allowing that structure, that ego structure, to relax more and more. The minute I could see, whoa, I think I'm giving the talk today, me as a separate self that needs to know, there was relaxation in me. And I could come upstairs and not be a mess, right? Can anybody relate? Yeah. Gratitude works at many different levels. I found a cute little one-liner that I thought was great. Gratitude turns what I have into enough. See, that's another big deal, that ego is always trying to avoid us feeling pain and feeling that the deep impact of our life. And so what does it do? It turns to the outside. And I make this list all the time. I just need a new partner. Oh, I should get a better house. Oh no, it'll be the car, the boat, the motorcycle, the Sea-Doo. It goes on and on, right? I don't have enough. When we realize in gratitude that we have enough, again, do you see it challenges that? Where we can then take it in one more step and say, and why don't I think I have enough? What is that belief? What am I avoiding, feeling, going back and experiencing? What's the truth in this moment? So Oh, and then Charles Fillmore. Charles is great. Now, this is not a quote because I kind of took a paragraph and put it together. But Charles says that gratitude is the great magnet for our good. It puts us back into the flow. And do you see, this is the interesting thing. We're always in some kind of flow, but when we need to control, we hinder that flow. When we need to know, we hinder that flow. And so when we're able to allow ourselves to use gratitude to come back to who we are, we open to that flow. And that flow can be very unpredictable. We go to the Bible, right? I love using this story because I think it's a story that we can all relate to. It's in John 6. It's where Jesus has come down off of some time in the silence, and there are, we're told, 5,000 people gathered. Really, it could be just 100. It doesn't really matter for this story. It's midday. The people have come sort of spur of the moment. And the disciples are concerned that they don't have any food, and it's midday, it's lunchtime. So when Jesus steps into the disciples there, what are we going to do? We only have 500 denarii. That's not going to buy enough bread for 5,000 people. And then Andrew walks up and he says, listen, there's a boy here, and he's offering these 5 small barley loaves and 2 fish. And, everyone's like, that's not going to be enough. Right? Because do you see that even our ego operates out of a linear, I've done this is what we're going to be able to do with that, this is what we have, this is what it gets. And Jesus, what does he do? I think there's a slide on this, isn't there, Bonnie? Then Jesus took the loaves, and when he had given thanks, then he distributed them to those who were seated, so also the fish, as much as they wanted. That takes balls, right? We got 5 loaves and 2 fish to feed 5,000, but take as much as you want. Come on, is that beyond? Like, my ego would say, that is ridiculous. And what happens? After they were done, there were 12 extra baskets of food. Now, that's not that unexplainable when you understand the culture, right? That in the culture of those days, people had to walk. Most people walked where they went. And so they wore these robes, a lot of it to protect themselves from the roasting sun in that area. But in these robes, they had all sorts of pockets, and they kept food. They were used to being caught, there were no, I guess they would be walk-in restaurants, I'm sure in there were places you could sit down and buy something to eat, but you had to bring your own food. And so what happened, and we can see again the power of gratitude. I forgot to mention, Jesus very astutely asked everyone to sit down so they could see what he was doing. And he's expressing gratitude. He's saying a prayer over this food, which has an interesting impact for most people. It opens us up. And so what most of the narratives on this say, that most likely what happened is everybody started pulling out their food in that spirit of love, in that spirit of generosity. But it doesn't take away from the impact of the story. Because you see, most of the things that happen to us are totally explainable. We just weren't expecting them. We weren't expecting the 5 real estate opportunities that came up, or an opportunity for a new business to open up, or a new job. We weren't expecting it. But in that attitude of openness and that we're not in charge, we're more able to see, we're more able to say yes. And we begin to see that life is a flow of blessing. Now I'm going to come back and say again, just because you're expressing gratitude for something doesn't mean you need to like it. It's really important. And we have spent now, Sue and I, and mainly Sue, has found books to support a message that we've really wanted to get out to you, that when things happen in your life that don't seem to be good, not to turn your back on them. Because we teach that everything is working for good. And what we've gotten to see in study after study that we've done, book after book that we've worked on, is that when you're challenged by something, it's usually pointing to a limiting belief that you have that is in your way. You're bumping up against it. And in those difficult situations, you're developing your spiritual capacities in your soul, your soul's ability to work with strength, with compassion, with love, to claim your value. All these things need to be honed in us, and it becomes grist for the mill. And so we say thank you, even if we're hating the damn experience. Because again, it's a reminder, and I'm not in charge here. There is an intelligence in the universe that is always working itself through in my life. Because that intelligence wants to experience the potential of itself through me, because I have arms, legs, voice. You see, spirit is just a presence until you bring it forth. So today, we want to express gratitude for you as a group, because many of you have stepped out in service to this organization. We can't survive. We don't thrive as an organization without your help, without you stepping out in service. And so in a moment, I'm going to ask you just to stand if you've been of service to us. But I wanted to just sort of remind you, because it's always funny to us. We've had services where we've literally called out every team, every person we could think of, so we could see the impact. But when we say just stand if you've been of service, like 6 people stand. Goodness, there's more than 6 people in the music team. That's being of service. If you've torn down after a party quite spontaneously here at the church, you're being of service. If you've greeted, if you've worked out in the yard, if you help us maintain the building, you're being of service. What are some of the other things? Prayer chaplains, being of service, absolutely. If you sit on our board, fellowship, right? If you bring food. Yeah, really, the list can go on and on. Okay, so you've had a moment. Yeah, oh yes, if you've helped with our outreach programs. Okay, now, if you've been of service to Columbine this last year, will you please stand? Look at that. Thank you so much. If you go online and Google the benefits of gratitude, the list is amazing. All the way down to it can help you sleep at night. But it helps us with our sense of self-esteem. It develops qualities in us. It develops abilities to connect. It's amazing all the things that they'll list. When you look up service, it is virtually the same list. When we step out in service to others, it is, again, a wonderful reminder that life is so much more than what our ego would have it be. I've done a lot of my continuing spiritual work with a school here in Boulder called the Ridwan School. And they do training weekends, like I just was in a week-long training. And always embedded in them is what they call, what do they call it, Stuart? Where we do work. A work afternoon, but there's a name for it. Betty, what is it? Life practice, that's what it is, life practice, where we get to bring our presence into something that we would do every day, right? So there's a center there. We might wash windows, vacuum the floor, pull weeds, trim bushes. In my first 2 years, it was astounding. And I have to say that I could fall into it too. How many people said, I shouldn't be doing this here. I have this to do at my own house, right? And it takes a while for us to see that that is the activity of the ego. The ego is me first. No, I should be doing this at my own house. And so again, service is a wonderful opportunity for us to get beyond ourselves, to see what are the messages embedded in me, the beliefs that led me to think that my resources and energy are limited. And granted, of course, our energy is limited, but it's surprising when we step out in service to others, how much more aliveness is available to us than when we're just centered on life ourselves. I know for me, I have 4 nieces and nephews. I'm a little worried about them. My siblings don't attend church or spiritual community. I see lots of gaming. I see a lot of closeness. A lot of me. A lot of me. And then we get to experience the exception. Bonnie, could you bring up this picture? I have to look down at my notes to get this young man. This is Abraham. I'm going to see if I can pronounce his last name. Olgabeji, maybe? Olgabeji. Anyway, this young guy, he's 13. In fact, this is taken on his 13th birthday. He's 13 now. Last year, this young man was diagnosed with a disease that was destroying his bone marrow. And in November of last year, he was able to get a bone marrow transplant. Kind of gave him, another chance on life. About the same time, just before the operation, he found out that he qualified for a wish from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Now, you would think, he's 13. This is the epitome of me time, baby, right? So you would think, even his mother said, well, are you going to get a PlayStation? Very beautifully, very uniquely, this kid said, no, I want to feed the homeless. Make-A-Wish was blown away. In the 20 years of their existence in Mississippi, this was the first kid that had ever asked to do something for someone else. And when you watch the videos and read the articles, he says, my parents modeled for me how important it was to do for others. Just as Kathy Beasley's prayer said, we need to remember that our prosperity is always there to also benefit others. And so just this 2 months ago in September, what Make-A-Wish is doing is one day every month, Abraham feeds 80 people in Jackson, Mississippi. This is a picture of his table. They went to a park where a lot of homeless gathered. He's hoping that this will continue after the 12 months, so he's called it Abraham's Table, and he's hoping that will be the name of a nonprofit. But I want you to just think for a moment, for those of us who understand service, to realize that, like his parents, we are modeling for young people coming up behind us, but also to consider the blessings this man has ahead of him. I mean, come on, I want to track his life. At age 13, to put himself second, understanding the importance of being of service. Service is still considered to be a practice, whereas gratitude and giving thanks can be a path. But both of them, as Gary Simmons said, are kick-ass powerhouses of transformation. And so as we move into this week of Thanksgiving, let's not let the power of gratitude and of being of service slip from our minds for the rest of the year. We deserve the transformation that brings us into a richer experience of life. And the world is waiting for us. Namaste.
Thanks for that talk, Scott. That was amazing. So I'm honored to be up here with my dear friend, Reverend Rachel Harrison, and we do a meditation service on the third Thursday of every month, and we challenge ourselves every month to create brand new music, and we wrote a song last week called Ashe, Aho, Amen, and that's how I end every single one of my writing sessions when I'm journaling. And for me, it encompasses all of gratitude and also all of may it be so. So we hope you'll sing along with us.
Dancing's allowed.
We say Ashe, Aho, Amen. 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 For every breath you breathe in me, for each new day you let me see, for all the ways you help me to be, for all good gifts given so free. We say Ashe, Aho, Amen. We say Ashe, we say Ashe, Aho, Amen. We say Ashe, we say Ashe, Aho, Amen. We say Ashe, we say Ashe, Aho, Amen. Take it, sister. For making us shine
showing us your inner sight, for guiding us to pathways right, for loving us with all your might.
All right, everybody together. We say Ashe, Aho, Amen. We say Ashe, Aho, Amen. We say Ashe, Aho, Amen. Can you say it? We say Ashe, Aho, Amen. All right, call and response. Ashe,
Ashe,
Aho, Amen.
Aho, Amen.
Ashe,
Ashe,
Aho, Amen.
Aho, Amen.
Ashe,
Ashe,
Amen.
Amen.
Ashe,
Ashe,
Aho, Amen.
Aho, Amen.
We say Ashe, we say Aho, we say Amen.
We say Ashe, we say Aho, we say Amen. We say Ashe, we say Aho, we say Amen. We say Ashe, we say Aho, we say Amen.
Break it down with us now.
We say Ashe, we say Aho, we say Amen. We say Ashe, we say Aho, we say Amen.
One more time.
We say Ashe, we say Aho, we say Amen.
We say
Ashe, Aho,
Thank you so much, Rachel Harrison, Dan Steelman, Larry Thompson. Music in real life.
Thanks, ladies, and thanks for jumping in at the last minute again. And I want to add my thanks to this community, to these beautiful people that are all sitting here and all of you that are online. Just love this community, and this is our opportunity to give back to this community if you feel so called with your love offerings and your tithes. We appreciate every single donation, every dollar that comes our way. We are so grateful. So let's say our offertory blessing together. God's love has always met and will always meet all my needs. I give freely, I receive abundantly, and I am grateful. Amen. So a little bit of community news for you. If you are here, if you are new here in the sanctuary or new with us online, welcome. We are so glad to have you with us. If you're here in person, I would love to meet you personally after the service. I'm Sue McQueen. I'll be out on the patio afterwards, or meet with Rachel, our Director of Community Care. I don't know where there she is. We would love to meet with you and chat with you. So just introduce yourself. If you're online, please go to our website. There's at the bottom of that homepage, there is a place where you can say, I want to chat. So sign up. I want to invite Johnny Dario up. He is the leader of our planning team, and he's going to talk to us about our focus groups.
Thank you, Sue. Hello, everyone. I was so excited to be asked to get up here and talk about the future of Columbine, where we want to be and who we want to be in the next 3 years. I was telling my wife, and I was so excited, she said, calm down. Don't let your ego run away and show a little humility. And I said, honey, I'm a humble man. And then she said, and you have a lot to be humble about. Anyway, focus groups. Have you heard of the focus groups? I hope you have, because this is really an exciting opportunity for all of us, for each one of you to participate in one focus group. We have 10 of them scheduled between November 29th and December 3rd. And they're all the same. We're asking two simple questions. What do you love about Columbine? And what do you think about our purpose? And we want your input. We need your input. So please sign up. Please participate. After this, we're going to move into a process with strategies and goals. But right now, we're starting with our focus groups. And this is really, really important for each one of you to help us figure out where we want to go, who we want to be, how we want to evolve as a spiritual community. So anything else, Sue, about that? Yeah, sign up on the website or on Breeze. And if you need help, there's Rachel, Sue, Scott. Thanks very much. Mainly Rachel. Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Johnny. And so, yes, just go to our website to sign up, not to Breeze. You can't sign up there, just the website. There's a link. It's really simple. And we would love for all of you to participate, no matter how new you are or how long you've been here. Your feedback matters to us. Chandra's Gift, they're still selling Chocolove bars out on the patio this morning. They hope to get a bunch of gift cards from Target this Friday on Black Friday. And these gift cards will be going to mental health partners, those who are experiencing mental illness. Sometimes it's the only gift they get. So please go out and buy a chocolate bar and support our Chandra's Gift outreach program. The Road to Bethlehem, we're starting next week with a series. It's a 7-part series that we're going to start. We're doing the metaphysics of the entire Christmas story that starts with Herod the Great, and we're going to kick that off next Sunday. We're going to include Christmas Eve in that. We will have 2 services on Christmas Eve. At 3 o'clock, we will be outside a family service, have some participation with some of our kids. And at 5 o'clock, we will be inside the sanctuary and live streaming at 5. But the 7-week series is going to go through our burning bowl and our white stone ceremony in January. So I hope you join us for that. Isn't that a beautiful picture up there? Rachel and her husband, Rich, drew that. She's a woman of many talents, but it's a beautiful picture. And this is all based on a book that we're reading called The Trip to Bethlehem, which is in our bookstore. We have a few copies of it if you want to. We're not going to actually be following the book all along, but the metaphysics are in there. What's next? Thanksgiving potluck. So our singles club is putting on a potluck dinner for Thanksgiving. We ask that everybody is welcome to attend. It will be out on the patio here, and if you want to be part of this, please sign up so they know how many people are coming. But would love for, if you don't have a place to go on Thanksgiving, know that you do have a place to come, and you can come right here and join this beautiful group.
And the weather is improving as we speak.
Weather looks good.
Looks like 50s and sunny.
Yeah, come on out and eat on the patio. And also, we are also doing an outreach. A couple years ago, we did this where we had stockings and then we filled them, and they're for kids. It's for a precious child. And this year, we're asking again, we'd love to have a bunch of stockings to give to a precious child that they can give to families in need. And the stockings can be for any age child you want to purchase gifts for. So go to a dollar store or go to Target or go to wherever you like to shop, buy a stocking and fill it up and bring it here by December 12th, and we will get them to a precious child. What's next? Oh, that's it? I thought we'd have like another half hour of announcements.
I thought we were announcing the solstice, the holiday soiree.
Oh, yes,
the
please,
11th.
Janice.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So on Saturday, December 11th, we're doing a holiday soiree called Seasons of Love and Light. It'll be right here in the sanctuary. We'll have 2 sets of holiday and light-themed music and performances from people from this music team, from CU Music Department, from Spirit Voices, and we'll do a great holiday sing-along in both sets. And then we'll have a little refreshment at the end outside. So it's free of charge, 4 o'clock on Saturday, December 11th. A great time to also drop off your stuffed stocking.
Yes, thank you, Janice. Who is our prayer chaplain this morning? We got Gretchen. Gretchen will be in the sanctuary with a chair in front of her if you'd like to pray, maybe a prayer of gratitude or anything that's going on in your life or you want spiritual support, Gretchen can pray with you. And so we are going to ask you to stay seated. We are not doing the peace song today. But we have a really fun surprise for you that we're going to have some of our kids up here offering a gift of theirs. Do you want to say anything more about it, Jeannie? Okay, well, come on up, kids.
We plow the fields and scatter the good seed on the land, but it is fed and watered by God's almighty hand. He sends the snow in winter, the warmth to swell the grain, the breezes and the sunshine, the soft refreshing rain. All good gifts around us are sent from heaven above. So thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord for all his love. We thank thee then, O Father, for all things bright and good, the seed time and the harvest, our life, our health, our food. No gifts have we to offer for all the love imparts, but that which thou desirest, a humble, thankful heart. All good gifts around us are sent from heaven above. So thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord for all his love. I really want to thank you, Lord. I want to thank you, Lord. Thank you for all above. Oh, thank you, Lord. I want to thank you, Lord. Thank you, Let's say that stand and sing the prayer for protection. Say the prayer for protection, right?
That was amazing. Oh my God. Do that every week. I loved it.
And please join us so we can say, the
Light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. We say ashe, we say aho, we say amen. We say ashe, we say aho, we say amen. Oh, we say ashe, we say aho, we say amen.
Say.
We say ashe, we say aho, we say amen. We say ashe, we say aho, we say amen. We say ashe, we say aho, we say amen. Oh, we say ashe, we say aho, we say amen.
We say ashe.